Hello, everyone. I'm the Reverend Jimmy Abbott, the rector at Trinity Episcopal Church on Galveston Island. One of the ways that I would like to reach out to all those who are members of our church and beyond that is to do a weekly YouTube Bible study. The idea is that this Bible study would be brief, just a few minutes long, a way for us to connect with the Holy Scriptures that will be read in church on the next Sunday. It's also a way for me to talk through and think through some of what I want to offer in my sermon on Sunday morning. So today, let's look at the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verses 1 through 7. This is the final vision in the Holy Scriptures. It's this vision of the new heaven and the new earth and the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven to the earth. And I'm going to read a little bit of this. This is John the Divine who is writing. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. What a beautiful image that at the end, it's not that we go off to meet God, but rather that God is coming to earth to meet us. And that's what the next verse picks up. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "See, the home of God is among mortals. He will dwell with them. They will be his peoples, and God himself will be with them." What a great vision and hope and promise. Again, not that we have to go off to meet God, but rather God promises to return to the earth and to live near us and with us. Picking up in verse 4, he will wipe every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Mourning and crying and pain will be no more, for the first things have passed away. This is obviously All Saints Sunday, but it's also an Easter message, right? That Jesus Christ, through the resurrection, has destroyed death. By his death, he has destroyed death. And so our great hope of the end is that death will be no more and that God will care for us. Pick it up in verse 5. And the one who is seated on the throne said, "See, I am making all things new." There's a great translation of the Bible wherever it says "see," or if you have an older Bible, it might say "behold." It'll say "look, buddy." So, look, buddy, I am making all things new. What a great hope and a great promise that things which had grown old are being made new. This is about restoration and renewal. Not that God has to get rid of the earth and make a new one, but rather that God will restore what is already here. Also, he said, "Write this, for these words are trustworthy and true." Then he said to me, "It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To the thirsty I will give water as a gift from the spring of the water of life. Those who conquer will inherit these things, and I will be their God, and they will be my children." What a beautiful paternal image, and also this image of the bride and the groom coming together. So this gives us a little sneak peek then also just into the book of Revelation. I think it's a book of hope. It's not a book about destruction or the end of the world. It is a book that is meant to inspire and encourage us to live as saints of God here on this earth, knowing full well that God promises to restore and redeem all things at the end. The other thing, of course, is that Revelation should be read more like poetry. It's a vision. I think we get in trouble when we read Revelation as if it's meant to be a science textbook. It's not. So read this with your spiritual imagination. Read this with prayers and dreaming, not trying to figure out what means what. It should inspire us to live with the Holy Spirit. So don't make it into something it's not. Make it into, I encourage you to read Revelation as a book of hope, a book of wonder, and a book of love. So this Sunday is All Saints Sunday. I can't wait to see all of you as we sing all those great All Saints hymns and as we give thanks to God for all those who have died as saints, who are now feasting in the heavenly courts.